And Patrick, I'd say one more thing. I'm trying to keep this short because I don't want to dominate, but there's another thing to think about when you ask questions. The most powerful questions you can ask are the questions your client can't answer. The first thing I think about is the individual that I'm reaching out to a bad lead, quote unquote, or is it the organization that represents a bad lead? We're all going to be struggling with this idea of no now isn't necessarily a no never.
But, in my business and in all of our business, we're in the relationship business, right? We're in the business of building long-term relationships. That's how we're ultimately successful in sales. So I would say that you still, whether you have great alignment and that's someone you can work with or not, you still need to be looking to serve them, right? So connect them, be a connector, find resources for them, because that person could be an advocate for you down the road.
Are you ready to buy from me? And are you well aligned with the solution that I offered? Notice I'm not pitching my solution. I'm defining their problem. We define a problem very simply: want, impact plus a need. The win equals the problem. Can I do that in 5 minutes? Yes.
So if you're there to help them, you're going to ask as many questions as you possibly can to make sure that you present the right solution in the way they need to hear it to solve the problem they have.
So when you're speaking to a decision maker, sometimes it's not the actual decision maker, and you guys are talking and it seems like a great lead, but you don't dig deep enough to find out if they're the person that's going to be making the final decision. Is there anybody else in their team that you're going to be involved with? And can we get buy-in from them to shorten the sales cycle?
Discovery just means you kind of understanding what's in the mind of the buyer. You have to do more than that. You have to ask questions that provoke the buyer.
And also, I talk a lot about lazy discovery. So pre-call research is so important, or pre-demo research is so important. And when I watch some demos, I see people asking questions that are stupid questions because they could have figured this stuff out before they ask. So why would they be asking questions that are easily understandable and easily searchable and wasting someone's time when you can come in and say, I know this, this, and this about you. And now from this is the deep question I have. I think people spend too much time in discovery with things that they don't need to spend time with.
It allows you to close organically, because when you do this great discovery, here's what your prospects do. They tell you everything you need to know.
When you're qualifying them, it's also important to think about what is most important to them and digging into that with regard to their positions. So
when you engage me as a decision maker and want to know how I make money, let me tell you something. That's going to open up everything else. Once I start talking, oh, this is how we make money, and then we'll start moving into what's costing me money, all those sorts of things. And those are pain points that'll get people talking.
It's a mindset thing, when you guys all work with people, salespeople, so it's really a mindset thing. Are you there to make a sale, or are you there to help them?
And once you send your proposal, once you send your solution, you're done. So whatever you send, it better be right on the mark. Because if it's not on the mark, you're calling them up for the next couple of months, and your boss is asking you why it didn't close when you said it had a verbal and it was going to happen, and they liked me and we had a good solution and we fixed their pain. Well, it's because you probably really didn't understand what mattered the most to them.
But there's another thing to think about when you ask questions. The most powerful questions you can ask are the questions your client can't answer. Why do I say that? Every one of us on the phone today, on this call today, wants to be viewed as an expert. When I'm talking to a CEO about their organization, and I ask a question like, how much more effective could your sales force be? Unless they've done the research and the analysis, what are they going to say to me? I don't know. As soon as they say that, they're exposing a vulnerability, and I now have an opportunity to fill that void for them. So the more questions you can ask that they can't answer, that they want answers to, that creates anticipation, it creates momentum that's going to keep you moving through that process.